Welcome back to Hands On with TRM. This week we're going to be covering darts up versus darts down in pouches, darts left and darts right, which way your magazines should be facing, and magazine grips while reloading. Darts up versus darts down. Darts up has a lot of detriments, and the only benefit it adds, in my opinion, is that you can scavenge darts and reload magazines while you're walking and holding a blaster in the other hand. Its detriments include not being able to perform a smooth and fluid reload. This is a result of having to grip the magazine partially in the section that needs to go into the blaster receiver, which means you're going to have to re-grip the magazine at least once to get it back in there, and that's just clunky. For example, with my mags, and this is going to be tight because my mags are optimized for running darts down, you'll come up, you're holding the magazine part way on the part that should be going into the receiver, and that's no good. Darts down. Although darts down does not allow you to scavenge darts and reload magazines on the fly as easily, you can work around this quite simply by getting someone to cover you. If you're running a sling, and you should be running a sling, I'll talk about that at some point, it allows you to leave your blaster retained on the sling and reload the magazine with both hands while being covered by a friendly. If you run a dump pouch, you're able to scavenge darts on the fly into the dump pouch and then reload them from there while being covered. That's how you work around the only detriment of darts down. Darts down allows you to grip the magazine better while reloading, resulting in a fluid, faster reload. What does this mean? It means that when you grip the magazine, you're not going to have to re-grip it, and it can go straight in from the grip you choose. Whether it's beer can, like so, or finger index, like so, which I'll be covering next. Magazine grip. There are two schools of thought when it comes to magazine grip. Both of them are good, and both of them have their place. The finger index grip encompasses grabbing the base of the magazine and using your fingers in an upright way to index that magazine into the receiver. This is good for short magazines where the pouch covers a lot of the magazine, and it's also good, in my opinion, for hip magazines because of the way my body works and you don't have to twist your arm a bit weird. Beer can grip. Beer can grip, in my opinion, is better for longer magazines like 18s or 22s. You come in with your palm out, grab the magazine as you would a can of drink, and then go into the receiver from there. It's good and stable, especially with longer magazines that come further out of pouches. It means you can come in behind them, get a good grip up near where the feed lips are and up near where the section that goes into the magazine is, and it means that you can drive it in without getting the wobble that is inherent in finger index. With longer magazines and the finger index grip, you get some wobble because there's so much space between where you're holding the magazine and where the magazine top is, so you'll get a bit of wobble because of that distance. So with shorter magazines, I think it's better to use the finger index. However, if you're running longer magazines, I think it would be beneficial to use the beer can grip because you won't get that wobble and your reloads will be smoother. Magazine direction. Generally, you want your chest magazines to always be facing towards your dominant shoulder and your dominant hand, the control hand. In the chest, it doesn't matter whether you're running beer can or finger index grip, you always want them to be facing that way, because whenever you grip the magazine, it'll always be oriented in the correct way for a fast reload. Beer can grip, you'll come up, the front's here, which means that you can just slide right in. That's obviously a problem with stick magazines more than it is curved magazines. All curved magazines, basically you just want to face the curve towards your control shoulder and your control hand. Hip magazines. Hip magazines are a bit of a different story because depending on the grip you use, changes the way you want to face them. If you're using the finger index grip and shorter magazines, you want the curve and the darts to face towards the front. If you're using the beer can grip, however, you want them to face backwards. You want the tips and the curves to face towards behind you, because you come in like this, grip and come up, which makes it faster. Obviously this depends on which grip you're using, so you want to apply the applicable direction. That's it for this week. It was a bit mixed, but I just wanted to cover some fundamentals that I find easy to forget. They're just small things, but they build up, and that helps build your reloads, and that helps build your high speed. So thank you for watching. Of course, these videos drop at 2100 GMT on Fridays, so look out for next week's video. Subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you then.